Why is the responsibility to protect, R2P, doctrine controversial? Imagine a world where the international community steps in to stop mass killings and ethnic cleansing. Sounds like a good idea, right? But this idea has sparked big debates for decades. After the Cold War ended, many countries wanted to prevent the horrors of genocide and war crimes from happening again. This led to the development of the responsibility to protect, or R2P, doctrine. It was meant to fill gaps in international law about when and how to intervene in a country's internal conflicts. The core issue is that R2P challenges the idea of state sovereignty. Sovereignty means countries control their own affairs without outside interference. But R2P says if a government is committing atrocities, the international community has a duty to act. This shift makes some countries nervous because it could be used to justify military interventions. Another problem is how R2P has been applied in real life. It was created after failures to stop violence in Rwanda and Bosnia in the 1990s. But in practice, some powerful nations have used R2P selectively. They intervene in some crises but ignore others, often based on their own interests. This makes the doctrine seem biased and politicized. Legal authority is another sticking point. The United Nations Security Council is supposed to authorize interventions, but its 5 permanent members can veto actions. This veto power often stalls decisions, leaving civilians unprotected. When action is taken, it's not always clear if it follows international law or if it's driven by political motives. There's also concern about the consequences of military intervention. Even with good intentions, war can cause civilian casualties and worsen instability. Without careful planning for peacebuilding after the intervention, the situation can get worse instead of better. From the perspective of international humanitarian law and the Geneva Conventions, which focus on protecting civilians and regulating armed conflict, R2P's controversy lies in balancing the duty to help with respecting a nation's sovereignty. The Geneva Conventions set rules for humane treatment during, but don't give clear permission for internal intervention. R2P tries to fill that gap, but legal and political disagreements make it hard to put into practice. In the end, R2P remains controversial because it questions long-held ideas about sovereignty, faces inconsistent application, and raises fears about misuse and unintended harm. Its goal is noble, but the way it's used and enforced continues to spark debate across the world.